Sam, I mean, this guy's freaking growing a business. How old are you, Sam?
26
years old. He's about to have an $18 million business, right? Like you guys got to think about that, and you got to really think like, what kind of sacrifice does it take to have, and what kind of dedication? And Sam, I still remember the first time you came out to California, and you had this like puppy dog look in your eye, man. Like you just wanted to learn, and it's very rare that most guys will be humble enough to say, hey, I don't know what I don't know, and I want to learn. And I think that's been the biggest turning point in my career, is I finally said, okay, I don't know everything, and I would just shut up and listen. And when I go into rooms now, like a lot of times I'm just listening to try to figure it out. And if you're doing that, and if you're listening to this podcast right now, really try to find those rooms, really try to put yourself out there, really try to get in front of those people, because once you see it, because nothing's possible until you know it's possible, right? Like you can't fathom being in $100 million house till you go to $100 million house. You're like, holy shit. And when you see these businesses, and the guys that are running them aren't different than me, you, and Sam, like they're just not, they're the same, right? So you're 26 years old. You got a business that's going to do $18 million this year, probably more, knowing you, because I think you like to undershoot yourself. And you got a growing business. You got a beautiful wife. Like, what is Sam's goal? Like, where do you envision yourself in a couple of years, man? Like, 3, 4, 5 years from now, where's Sam going to be?
So, I really I had developed this. So business became like its own language to me. It's like, I treat business as, it's like, if it's a person, you got to take care of it. And what I guess what I've developed even throughout this year, just learning, growing a business, is if I get the opportunity, or when I get the opportunity, I definitely want to invest into young business entrepreneurs. And, that's definitely one of the whether that's through HVAC or other businesses. But I mean, my vision for the next 3-5 years is to really scale this company. Until then, you know what I mean? I want to have the walk with it, grow it, grow a company that's doing $50 million, whether that's multi-location. I want to do the work. And then, what doors that opens up, whether it's a sale or whatever sort that it goes that way, definitely, take those big opportunities and do big things there. But that for now, really focus to grow this, make it big.
Yeah. And, obviously I'm talking to Sam, and Sam's one of the guys that said, hey, like, you would jump in. Obviously you guys know that I started the Ignite program to help contractors under 2 million. And he was one of I asked in my group chat, and he's like, yeah, I'll jump in. Like, these guys, there's a lot of young guys like myself and Sam and Mario that I had on the podcast last week. And these guys that are willing to help people, man. Like, I think that's the signature that's different from our generation to the last. I feel like before it was like, dude, they were old school. It's like, get the information and fucking hoard it to myself and not give anybody shit. Like, I want to kick my competition's ass. And I feel like maybe it's with social media or whatever it is, but I feel like our generation's far more open to what's working, what's not working, and trying to help each other. Do you kind of feel the same way, or how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be transparent, Vic, without that, I wouldn't be where I'm at. It's because of these podcasts, these videos that I listen to, these books that I'm reading. I mean, dude, my first book, I'll be honest with you, I remember reading Tommy Mello's a Home Service Millionaire book. I'm reading in my kitchen table while trying to create estimates, and I'm reading it, and then there's a phone number to call for mentorship. And I called that number. I forget the guy, and he's like, "Oh, you're just starting out. You're a little too small yet for this kind of training." But I didn't even think about this stuff. I was that hungry. I just wanted to learn. So I think, Vic, I think it takes us. You want to go fast, go by yourself, but you want to go far. You got to grow together, and you will actually. I think it in the terms of winning years back. You're going to learn it. Yeah, you're right. You're going to learn it one way or the other. You can learn it yourself, trial and error, and hopefully don't run out of money, because that's usually when business fails. They tie up in cash. Or you can, reach out, humble yourself, right? And ask, hey, I need help. I'm struggling here, this and that. What would you do here? It's literally what I did. I mean, we're still doing it to this day. I'm still asking, because I don't know, I'm still learning to get to the next level. So I'm asking, what would you do here? It's the same thing. I think really the pride comes before the fall. If you're not humble enough to ask, you're not going to be humble enough to receive. And honestly, you're limiting yourself, in my opinion.